Fuel trucks have been able to access the country's only oil refinery for the first time in days after the site was blockaded by protesters. The Defence Forces arrived at Whitegate in Cork today and gardaí deployed pepper spray during a major operation. Blockades remain in place in other parts of the country, including Dublin city centre and the M50. Talks have been taking place on a temporary fuel support scheme, while around 600 service stations have run out of diesel and petrol.
5 days into a nationwide protest that targeted fuel supplies and infrastructure, a Garda operation at the country's only oil refinery escalated just before midday.
This is a Garda message. Force may be used if you fail to comply with my direction.
Officers from An Garda Síochána's public order unit moved in on the protesters at the Whitegate oil refinery. 3 days after the government first indicated the Defence Forces would be used to bring an end to the fuel protests, they arrived to support gardaí. After tense scenes, vehicles were removed, and then the way was clear for fuel tankers, 7 of them, to make their way into Whitegate. During the operation, pepper spray was used on protesters.
We're here now since Wednesday. I'd say we're on about 4 hours sleep since then, but the way they came in and handled everything this morning was wrong.
The government said the involvement of the Defence Forces was necessary.
This is a very small measure to give support to An Garda Síochána in their proportionate response to a blockade which, quite frankly, was threatening the security of the state.
Truth be told, these matters should have been resolved on Monday, on Tuesday. We should not be now at the weekend and still faced with an escalating situation.
Fuels for Ireland said it hoped around 20 tankers would be able to get in and out of Whitegate today, but that's only around 10% of what is needed to ensure there is fuel in the pumps.
It is going to take a couple of days to catch up on all of those sites that have run dry. So it may be a week to actually get fully restored to every site, but if you don't need fuel at the moment, just pause.
Around 1/3 of the country's 1,600 petrol stations were empty this morning. Some did get fuel, a welcome relief. Blockades of roads by protesters continues to have a serious impact on the infrastructure of the country. Dozens of parked vehicles close to Rosslare Europort have threatened port activity.
Tomorrow afternoon we will have no room to take freight into the port, and once we reach that capacity I will be asking for the operators not to bring any more units into the port.
Some of the country's major roads and motorways continue to be impassable due to the protesters. Public transport is again disrupted, and the blockade of Dublin's O'Connell Street continues. Maggie Doyle, RTE News.
Well, in the past few minutes, the Garda Commissioner said that gardaí made a number of arrests during their operation at the Whitegate refinery in Cork and would have further such operations in the coming hours and days.
This morning, An Garda Síochána moved to restore fuel supplies from Whitegate refinery in Cork. We made a number of arrests during this operation, and in the coming hours and days, we will have further such operations. I want to commend our gardaí for their work, which has required a significant amount of planning. I also want to thank the Defence Forces for their support in these operations.
Well, let's talk live now to our reporters and correspondents around the country, starting with Mark O'Driscoll, our South East correspondent in Whitegate. Mark, a dramatic day of developments there in Whitegate. Talk us through what exactly is happening this evening.
Well, Brian, a much calmer picture, as you can see here in the village of Whitegate this evening, but the fallout from that escalation of that Garda operation still very much being felt this evening, and that's really much threefold. Locals, for their parts today, have said that their day-to-day living has been restricted here today. Many businesses had to remain closed. Others told us that they weren't able to access the houses of family members. Now, protesters here today have dwindled. Many have left the scene since. They have told us that they're very dejected, also exhausted after spending several days here, and they also say they're not sure what will happen next, whether the protest is set to continue even though that blockade of the oil refinery has now ended. And then gardaí, for their part, will say today that this policing operation was graduated and it was only escalated when necessary, and any use of force was needed given the situation. They'll say that they've engaged with these protesters for a number of days now, and this was needed in order to restore access to the country's only oil refinery. You played a clip there of Garda Commissioner Justin Kelly. Well, he said Gardaí were left in an invidious position that they had to move forward with this operation this morning in order to keep the emergency services in particular running. Now, just exactly when Whitegate oil refinery will get back up and running to full capacity very much remains to be seen. We've had around 9 fuel tankers in and out today, but just when it gets back up to that 200 usual amount of tankers to be going to and from here is very much remains to be seen.
Mark O'Driscoll at Whitegate for us this evening. Thank you. Moving to Sinead Hussey, our correspondent at Galway Port this evening. Sinead, the blockade continuing, but I understand there has been some movement in the last little while.
Yes, Brian, an agreement was reached here today in Galway to allow 2 tankers at around about 4:30. 2 tankers left the port here. The Circle K tankers were brought out under Garda escort following that agreement, and that's the first time tankers have left the port here since Tuesday when the blockade began. As you can see behind me, the huge crowds are still present, and even in the last hour or so, more and more people are arriving here at Galway Port as part of this demonstration. Many families have turned out today. The weather hasn't been pleasant. There's been heavy rain. The wind is very, very cold. But people are undeterred, and they say they will continue in their determination to put pressure on the government. We expect later this evening 2 more tankers to leave the port. That's expected to happen at some point this evening. Gardaí are monitoring the situation. They are present in the vicinity of the port. But for a 5th night here in Galway, the fires are been lit, the tea and coffee is being served, and the demonstrators are saying that they are going nowhere.
Sinead Hussey in Galway, thank you. Moving now to Foynes in County Limerick, where our Midwest correspondent Petula Martin is. Petula, what's happening there this evening?
Yes, Brian, 5 fuel tankers left the port of Foynes earlier today. That brings to 10 the number of fuel tankers that have left the depot in the past 2 days. There have been a number of trucks carrying animal feed as well that have been coming and going throughout the day. And even though there are maybe a couple of hundred people at the blockade, the protest here in Foynes has been peaceful and respectful of the Garda presence. There hasn't been any convoy of public Garda order units coming down to West Limerick. Now, earlier today we visited the milk market in Limerick City, where we spoke to traders who said that footfall was down. In fact, a number of traders who were due to come from Cork, Tipperary, Kerry, they weren't able to make it with their produce to set up the stalls today because they simply didn't have the fuel to make that journey. Now, one place that did get fuel today was the Circle K, just a kilometre up the road here in Foynes. They got a delivery at 11:30 last night from Dublin, and the Reedy family, who are the proprietors of the service station, they contacted local people that they know working in essential services and emergency services to let them know about that supply. And there's been a steady stream of traffic there throughout the day. But across County Clare and County Limerick, there are signs on most pumps and most service stations saying they're out of stock. Brian.
Petula Martin in Limerick, thank you for joining us this evening. Well, our reporter Coleman O'Sullivan is in Dublin city centre for us this evening. Coleman, what is the atmosphere like in the capital this evening?
Well, it has been calm and good-natured throughout the day, Brian. That said, this protest is still continuing. O'Connell Street is still blocked. As you can see behind me, there are tractors and lorries parked along the length of the street. The numbers are not diminishing here. In fact, I spoke to a few agricultural contractors this afternoon who travelled up to Dublin today to support their colleagues who've been here since Tuesday. Gardaí are monitoring the situation. They're here in small numbers. No public order unit visible here today, and they've been chatting to protesters. Now, although it is good-natured and peaceful here, there is of course still considerable disruption in Dublin city centre and principally to public transport services. You can see the Lewis Green line on O'Connell Street here behind me. That's been suspended since Tuesday and remains so. Severe disruption to Dublin bus services across the city centre, and Bus Éireann say that they are operating a curtailed service on many routes as Busaurus remains inoperable. Now, like in other locations, the protesters here say that they have no plans to leave. They have no plans to end their protest until they get the concessions they're looking for.
Coleman O'Sullivan in Dublin city centre, thank you for joining us this evening. Well, our political coverage editor Joe McGreely joins me now live in studio. Joe, talks today between government representatives and representative bodies. Those talks wrapping up. What can you tell us about what happened today?
Yeah, the talks have finished for the day, Brian. They were going on all day with the different sectors, representatives of the hauliers, farmers and contractors. Some participants reported great progress. Others said that they were very frustrated after the talks. But I think the overall sense is that progress most definitely has been made. We don't know the overall contents of this package that the government are going to put out there, but we do know that there will be a temporary fuel support scheme, and that will be available to hauliers, contractors and farmers as well. Crucially, they will be able to get direct payments under this temporary support scheme. And I also understand that, in fact, it will be backdated to March. So that is something that is going to be part of this overall package. Now, as I said, it's not finalised yet, but there is serious efforts ongoing to get it finalised, because I know this evening that the ministers who were meeting with those representatives earlier on, they are now in a meeting, or going into a meeting with the Taoiseach and the Taoiseach to discuss where they are at after today's negotiations. Ultimately, I understand that the package would have to be, whatever package is finalised, will have to be signed off by Cabinet. Now, Cabinet isn't due to meet until next Tuesday. However, in the event that it's finalised before then, I understand that an incorporeal Cabinet meeting could take place very quickly.
OK. Joe McGreely, thank you very much for joining us this evening.